Good day, I am Maddox Luis Cafugawan together with my partner Bianca Joy Cabigo, and today we are here to give you an insight about the timeline regarding the evolution of mass media as the result of science and technological advancement throughout the years, and how it greatly molded, influenced, and shaped not only the Philippines' way of living but also in the worldwide setting. So without further ado, let's begin with the timeline chart of this evolution. Here is the overview of the timeline, and let's discuss them later one by one. Starting off with the movable clay type printing in China in 1041 invented by Bi Sheng, this invention allowed for the more efficient production of written materials. Second is the first printing press by Johannes Gutenberg in 1440, the invention of the movable type printing press revolutionizing the production of books and spreading knowledge widely. Third is the invention of typographer by William Austin Burt in 1829. This invention facilitated faster and more legible document production. Next is the invention of radio in 1894 by Guglielmo Marconi. This development of radio marked the beginning of wireless communication. Moving on to the invention of television in 1920 by John Logie Baird, first publicly demonstrated color television system and the first viable purely electronic color television picture tube.
Next is the development of email in 1972 by Ray Tomlinson. At that time, you could only leave a message for people using the same computer. First handheld phone in 1973 was developed first by John Mitchell and Martin Cooper. Cooper made the first ever cell phone call on the street of New York. He invented a big-sized device that became the first cell phone available to the general public. In 1985 is the launch of Microsoft Windows by the Microsoft Corporation. First version was released in 1985, and the Microsoft Windows is to run personal computers. Next is the World Wide Web on 1991, created by Timothy John Berners-Lee, a British scientist. The web was originally conceived and developed to meet the demand for automated information sharing between scientists and universities and institutes around the world. Last but not the least, the instant messaging service on 2001 to 2016. It is a text-based communication where two people communicate over their smartphones and other devices via internet, which makes communication easier. Now let's move on to the influence of evolution of mass media to the Philippines and global society. First is the easy access to information. Development of mass media has made communication not only easier but also extremely accessible than ever before. Smartphones, social media, and messaging applications allow people to communicate instantly regardless of the distance. Second is a political issue. The development of mass media serves to revolutionize political question by transformation in the mannerism of information, dissemination, discussion, and consumption. With awareness on social issue, the evolution of mass media has raised awareness on social issues like poverty, corruption, environment concern, and human rights through platforms like television, radio, social media, and news outlet, helping mobilize public opinion, activism, and drive social and political change. With awareness on is the education impact. The evolution of mass media has had a huge impact on education by providing wider access to learning material, online courses, and educational content through television, radio, and the internet. In particular, during the pandemic, distance learning became easier for students from remote locations, closing learning gaps. Last is the rise of digital or online activism. It made it easier for people to advocate various causes through platforms like Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for organizing protests, raising awareness, and mobilizing support for human rights, accountability in government, and climate change. Next is the economic influence. The evolution of mass media has exerted a major economic influence by pushing the advertising industry, boosting consumerism, creating new digital markets, and providing the opportunity for international distribution of products. Rise of AI. AI disrupted mass media by automating content, building, personalizing users' experience, enhancing data analysis for a target advertisement, and transforming the production, distribution, and consumption of news and entertainment, while raising legitimate concern over misinformation, privacy, and job losses in the media. Information regarding healthy lifestyle, medical advancement, and mental health awareness have encouraged healthier living, informed public health campaigns, and diminished stigma surrounding many health issues through television, social media, and other online sources. Next is the social movements and human rights. Mass media have profoundly influenced social movements and human rights by allowing the voices of marginalized people to be heard and giving great momentum to the Black Lives Matter and gender equality movement. In addition, global awareness of human rights abuse has grown, and this has sparked support to support social change through social media, documentaries, and news. Last is the media fragmentation. It is characterized by the diversification of the growing media space into smaller specialized platform and distinct audience, spurred on by the growth of digital, social, and streaming platform. Personalized content has led to fewer common experience shared with other people. This has made it increasingly difficult for a unified public opinion to merge on various issues.
The evolution of mass media has significant effects on shaping communication, culture, politics, and education. It has its own benefits and drawbacks to the Philippine setting and global societies. Let us first discuss the benefits of this in the Philippines. First is the access to information. Filipinos today have access to real-time news and global events via television, radio, and digital channels. Proceeding to the benefits in the global aspect, first is the social awareness. Climate change, human rights, and public health are all issues that receive international attention thanks to the media. Second is the educational growth. Online learning, digital libraries, and mass media platforms have increased educational accessibility. And last is the global communication. People all across the world may interact, share knowledge, and keep up with the global events thanks to mass media. Second is political engagement. As seen by national debates and presidential elections, social media and online platforms have enabled citizens to participate in political discourse. Third is disaster awareness. Because of the Philippines' susceptibility to typhoons and other natural disasters, warnings, emergency updates, and relief efforts are widely disseminated through the mass media. Now let's move on to the drawbacks of this evolution in the Philippines. First is the decline of traditional media. The transition to digital news platforms is putting a strain on print journalism and local radio stations. Second is media bias. Some news organizations are controlled by strong persons or corporations, which undermines journalistic independence. And third is the spread of fake news. Social media has been used to disseminate false or biased political information, influencing public opinion. Now in the global aspect, first is the media control. Some countries utilize mass media as a tool for propaganda and to limit free speech. Second is data exploitation. Social media corporations and governments acquire massive amounts of personal information, which raises ethical concerns. And lastly is the homogenization of culture. Globalized media can occasionally erode local cultures by allowing Western influences to dominate entertainment and fashion.